that black masses. In the field, the bodies burning as the war machine keeps turning. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. Say, where are you going? Oh, I gotta love Black Sabbath, man. Black Sabbath. That's Ozzy when Ozzy was Ozzy. I don't know, for some reason we don't get struck for that playing that video. I don't know. It's just not. It's not secured. It's not copywritten, and it allows you to play. So thank you guys. I hope we're live. Give me a thumbs up if we're live. Give me a number 1 if we're live. I could see the stream. I'm trying not to focus too much on the stream because I'm kind of a rank amateur at reading and talking at the same time. So just let me know. Let me know. I'm looking at it. I see Nathan Purvis. I see Kenneth M. Rochelle Servier. Nathan Zoloff. Uh-oh, the LARPer King is here. The LARPer King is here. Steven Zorzgushkushk. Let me know if you're out there, please. Give me a number 1. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So what are we talking about? Let's talk about some stuff. We'll give Ozzy a break for now. And this is a cool video first. You want to see this shit? You ever see a car go off the road, man? Watch this shit, man. It's a great way to start a stream about war. Check this shit out, man. Watch closely. Watch closely right up in here. All right? Watch closely. Watch this shit. Watch this. You're never going to see this ever again. Check this shit out. Watch. Keep your eye right here. Watch. Slow motion. Oh, the fucker went right off the cliff, man. Watch again. Guy's trying to end his life, man. Right into the fucking water, man. That was crazy. Watch it on... I see it on real speed. Watch on real speed. So you're driving along, and this is what you see. Wow, it's sad, right? Somebody definitely died in that shit, man. The guy didn't get out of that shit alive, right? It's fucking crazy, man. So let's take a look at what's going on in the world here. This is yesterday in New York. The lefties are out. The lefties are out. Yes. Here we go again. I'm just going to lower that because the cowbell goes right through me, man. That cowbell. So here's New York City. And this is yesterday. I wasn't doing it. Somebody else recorded it. Thank you, Dave Scott. And let's talk about it. Let's see what's going on with this, man. Is it going to be a war? Are we going to war again? Is it Iraq all over again? Is it 2000? What was it, 2002? You remember everybody was out in the street complaining, oh, we're going to war. We're going to war. I don't know. So here we are. This is Times Square. Check with the cowbell. Read some of the signs. It's not a big crowd. It was maybe 100 people, 150 people. U.S. out of the Middle East. Trump, Pence out now. That's a very leftist. A lot of lefties in New York. A lot of. It seems like a paid kind of not so spontaneous gathering. Out of Iraq. Out of Iraq. What about Iran? So there you go. You got 100 New Yorkers, coming together. It's not going to be too long. What's this say? Solidarity with Iran and Iraq against U.S. imperialism. Socialismo. Uh-oh. Socialists are out. The socialists are out. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm a morning guy. Sorry, man. This is a live stream in the morning. If you're here, you're here. I can see the comments. So I'll look at the question. I'll take some questions later if you want. But let's fuck me. Let's see what's going on in the world. We're at the brink of war. Trump, the people say no war on Iran. U.S. out of the Middle East. That's definitely Times Square. I think they did a little bit of a walk. I'm trying to see because I've infiltrated some of these rallies in New York City several times. And what I'm trying to do is I'm looking for familiar faces. There's a couple of the signs that look like they're standard Antifa infiltration. These signs right here, yellow. I've seen these guys before. I take that back. Some of the signs looked familiar a minute ago. Let me see what. I'm making it up now. But anyway, so you got more media there than regular people, and. What else is going on? What else is going on? So this is a good talk. Let's listen to, this is Max Blumenthal. I love Max Blumenthal. About 100 of anti-war activists outside of the White House yesterday while Qasem Soleimani was killed. He rolled back jihadist forces. The CIA had him backing in Syria. This guy knows what he's talking about, right? I think he does. He did a great job, Max Rosenthal, of covering the Venezuela, exposing Pompeo, Trump, Pence, Elliott Abrams, Mike Bolton. Right? He exposed it. He exposed what was really going on in Venezuela. He told us that he actually went to Venezuela and said there is no coup. There's an attempted coup, but there is no, grave depravity. Maduro was not, enslaving his people. He told us all that, but that's besides the point. But let's listen to Max Blumenthal. Blumenthal. Check him out.
Let me explain to you why Qasem Soleimani was killed. It's very simple. Because he rolled back the Salafi jihadi forces that the U.S., the CIA had been backing in Syria to destabilize another independent sovereign country, and he helped prevent, by organizing the popular mobilization units, Hashd al-Shabi, he helped prevent Iraq from becoming a U.S. client state. It is that simple, and the assassination of Qasem Soleimani is revenge for his success in rolling back the most vicious imperial plot that we have seen in recent years, which sought to have black flags, the black flags of ISIS and Al-Qaeda, the organization responsible for the 9/11 attacks, flying over Middle Eastern cities. Qasem Soleimani is being mourned in Iran for that reason. And there hasn't been a resistance for years because of the congressional Democrats. What have they been doing? Where have they been? They've been seeking to impeach Donald Trump for not being warlike enough on Russia and for not sending offensive military weapons to a Ukrainian military that is incorporated in its National Guard, the Azov Battalion, a neo-Nazi battalion. Why should we be complaining that they're not getting weapons? What they should have been doing is resisting a $735 million NDAA and not stripping out a resolution that would have stopped this goddamn war in Iran in the first place. So it's up to us to be in front of their offices. It's up to us to be informing our fellow fellow citizens about the lies we're being told. It's up to us to be in the face of a bought out, sold out corporate media. It's up to us to be the real resistance. The resistance hasn't been out here at all. They've been pushing for more war, not less. And we have to make one thing clear, that if war comes on Iran, it will be for the same reason that this government has been threatening war on Venezuela, on North Korea, on Syria, and why they've just done regime change in Bolivia. Because these countries refuse to be absorbed into the empire. We need to stand in support of independent states and international law and support their right to be sovereign.
Wow. Wow, they resist the right. They resist U.S. imperialism, and that's why they're being punished. I think that's a fair assessment of what's going on. But I think it has more, in my view, it has more to do with U.S. It does have to do with U.S. imperialism, but the price of oil, right? The whole thing with Iran was that Iran allegedly was interfering with ships going in and out of the Gulf down there, right? At the Horn, what is it? I don't have it in front of me, but that one spot right off of Iran, when you come up the Horn of Africa, the Strat of Hamas or something, Hamis, some shit like that, right? And we're flying drones right over Iranian airspace, and one of them got shot down. And now the U.S. claims that Iran shot it down. The U.S. claims that Iran blew up a tanker. U.S. claims that Iran blew up oil fields in Saudi Arabia. It's all about it's a lot to do with the price of oil, and I think Max Blumenthal, he understands the guy who was killed and why he was killed, because he was involved in arms deals and arms trades with Iraq, right? Trying to help rid the country of ISIS, and it's all complicated. But what's fueling it? We're fueling it. We're fueling it by the corporate, the oil companies that are they want a stranglehold in that area. So I kind of agree with that stuff, man. So I mean, I know people have a different, Strait of Hormuz. Thank you, Kick 71. Thank you. So Strait of Hormuz. Try to say that. Let's try to put some reverb. Strait of Hormuz. It's 100% imperialism, Justin. I agree. Lift the Veil's wife. Hey, how you doing, man? How you doing? It's New World Order action. You bet your ass it is, man. Bet your ass. You bet your ass it is. What else, man? So what else can we look at today? Let's just moving right along. I'm used to doing live streams where I'm not used to doing live streams. I'm used to just banging out the video, going from piece to piece. So just bear with me. I want to get more, engage people more in this process. Because this is monumental, man. We're at war again, And, so here we go. No more threats. Trump warns Iran 52 targets will be hit very fast, very hard. So Trump is flexing his muscles. He's no pussy, right? Following today's mortar attacks, the bellicosity for various Iranian leaders, President Trump has responded in words for now, warning Iran in 3 short words: no more threats. That's U.S. aggression. No more threaten us, we blow you up. Iran has no chance. I mean, it's not a war. It's not a war. It's us pummeling the country, setting the whole country on fire, killing 1 million people. That's what it is. They're not going to get off any bomb. There's going to be not a single shot fired aside from terrorism on our soil. But nobody's going to be flinging no bombs at U.S. They may try to fling one at Israel, and maybe they deserve it. Oh, that was anti-Semitic. Right? You can't say that shit about Israel. Israel didn't start this thing. What does Israel have to do with it? Well, Israel is right in there, grabbing the testicles and twisting the fucking testicles. That's what they do. So there's Trump's threat. Then remind his followers just exactly what Soleimani had done. This is what he said. Soleimani had just killed an American and badly wounded many others, not to mention all the people he had killed over his lifetime. including recently hundreds of Iranian protesters. There's no proof of that. There's no evidence of that. It's just bullshit. He was already attacking the embassy and preparing for additional hits in other locations. Really? There's also weapons of mass destruction, I imagine? This is bullshit. Right? It's bullshit. You're attacking, you're giving an act of war. You're blowing up a fucking general in a international airport in Baghdad, and on speculation, pure speculation, that Iran, because they're trying to drag Iran into the war. Why? So Trump can win re-election. That is my view on it. So this will be a leftist threat, I guess. I guess I'm a lefty on this. I mean, I'm far. I don't know what I am. I'm lefty, righty. I don't have no idea what the hell I am anymore. So there's Trump's threat. Let's move right along. So did Iran take it sitting down? Oh yeah. Iran identifies 35 U.S. targets in Soleimani revenge plot. See the kids, right? Kids, they're not gonna. You think these kids? You blew up the general. Now you're gonna start dropping bombs on their heads. You think that they're ever gonna forget? This is perpetual war. This is what counterinsurgency wars look like. Iran is no threat to us. Iran is what? A threat maybe to the price of oil in the region? Green New Deal. Why not just go in that direction? They're not a threat to our national security. That's what weapons are supposed to be used for. Right? But we're using it for what? To stabilize the price of oil, stabilize the markets, re-elect a president. Oh, that's what it looks like to me. And thank you for no trolls today. I don't see any massive trolls calling me a motherfucker. Not yet, anyway. Iran has identified at least 35 U.S. targets that could be hit with retaliatory strikes after the country's president chillingly vowed to exact revenge for the killing of the top general Qasem Soleimani. Qasem Soleimani. The post was running with the picture of his hand, the hand with the ring. It's crazy. Iranian general said the commander of the Revolutionary Guard in the southern province of Kerma offered few specifics as he rattled his saber, naming only American warships in the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz and the Israeli state of Tel Aviv. They fucking hate Israel, man. They hate Israel. So they're going to start. That's a problem. The Strait of Hormuz is where all the oil comes down from that area, right? A lot of ships come through there, and that's a problem because it sticks way out in the ocean, right? And Iran is in control of that. So rather than negotiate, we just blow them up. Say fuck you, We'll shoot your general, we'll blow your general up, and humiliate you in front of the national audience, So, stand by. Yeah, so the regime could also potentially attack U.S. troops in Syria, Iraq, Bahrain, and elsewhere in the region, along with U.S. embassies or other targets. What about targets right here? New York, it says you walk down the subway right now, there's cops with machine guns. So we're on lockdown again. So there you have it, right? There you have it. Trump threatens 52 targets. Iran threatens 35 back. It's tit for tat. That's what happens. Right? Are they going to take it laying down? No, they're a proud people. They're going to fight, and they're going to die. And then our troops, there's going to be casualties. That's what's happening. That's what it looks like so far. So, but the U.S., U.S. is loved and Israel's loved all over the world, right? Because we spread democracy and freedom. All right, so here's the scene on the ground in Tehran. Burning the flags. There's Iran. There's an Israel flag. It's just a proud people. That's all they are. Proud people defending their land, defending their right to be. Are they threatening us? I don't know, man. Because if there were bombs going off next door in Canada, we'd be up there too, right? So it's just people defending their right. Here, you know, if you don't like to see your flag burning, then turn away. But this is what's going on the ground.
The death of Iran's Major General Qasem Soleimani in a U.S. airstrike is reverberating around the world. Both American allies and rivals alike, including some permanent members of the UN Security Council, are warning of a, quote, dangerous escalation in a volatile region.
D'abord, c'est la suite d'une escalade qui dure depuis des mois.
A French government minister says the assassination at Baghdad International Airport was, quote, what we feared. Tensions between the United States and Iran are increasing, and warning that it has consequences for nuclear proliferation. A Chinese government spokesperson called on all parties, quote, especially the United States, to remain calm and exercise restraint. And a spokeswoman for the German government said the U.S. strike was a reaction to Iranian military provocations and said it was now, quote, crucial to contribute to a de-escalation and that, quote, conflicts can only be solved in a diplomatic way. Qasem Soleimani was the commander of the Quds Force, an elite unit within Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps. And in the United States, where he is blamed for orchestrating or influencing attacks that have killed American soldiers, the fallout is coming swift. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said in an interview, quote, the president's decision to remove Soleimani from the battlefield saved American lives. Republican allies of the president, such as former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, applauded the reaction and called it, quote, the strong and right thing. No U.S. Democratic leaders or presidential candidates are shedding tears for Soleimani either, but they are warning against reckless and unauthorized military action. Democratic House Speaker Nancy Pelosi decried targeting an Iranian government official without seeking congressional approval. Candidate Joe Biden wrote, quote, Trump just tossed a stick of dynamite into a tinderbox. For those living in the potential tinderbox, the tensions were clear. Israel, Iran's top regional rival, placed its armed forces on high alert. In Gaza City, the Iranian-supported Islamist militant group Hamas called the assassination a crime by the United States. In Beirut, the leader of Hezbollah issued a statement declaring Soleimani a martyr and calling for the, quote, just punishment of the criminals who killed him. And in the streets of Baghdad, not far from the airport where Soleimani met his end, jubilation by some, apprehension and concern by others that Iraq could be caught in the crossfire between America and Iran.
Yeah, it's disgraceful, right? So, here's Tulsi Gabbard. Let's listen to Tulsi Gabbard. I don't really have much to comment on. I'm just reviewing the news like you are. So, here's Tulsi Gabbard.
Trump's actions last night in bombing the Baghdad airport with the targeted killing of Iran's top military general was an act of war, with no authorization or declaration of war from Congress. He has put us in a state of war with Iran and has seriously escalated this tit-for-tat conflict, pushing us deeper into an endless quagmire. So the question is, what's the end goal? What are we trying to achieve here? Trump's policies are short-sighted, damaging, and undermining our national security. We need to get out of Iraq and Syria, bring our troops home. This is the only way that we're going to prevent ourselves from being dragged deeper and deeper into a war with Iran.
I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? It's pretty straightforward. Tulsi Gabbard saying that it's a quagmire. I did a video yesterday. I pretty much spent my whole thoughts in that video that it just doesn't make sense for this reporter, at this age, that we continue to just go to foreign nations, spend $750 billion in military spending, to go to foreign nations, to destabilize them, to siphon their resources. It's imperialism. There's no other way to look at this. You could say, well, the guy was a bad guy, he's a bad player, he's a war criminal. Is he any more of a war criminal than any of our generals that execute, assaults on foreign nations? I would say that he's less of a war criminal because at least he's a little closer to home and he was fighting at his border, as opposed to U.S. troops that are fighting, 8,000 miles away in foreign soil. So was that guy that they blew to pieces, blew his hand off and embarrassed the nation, a war criminal? I don't know. I don't think so. I think he was a war general, a war pig, like all the rest of them. No more, no less than our guys. What's this? Oh, so Cory Booker, here's a little side note. Cory Booker on Julian Assange. This kid, right? Dak Rolleur. You should subscribe. He's only got a couple hundred subscribers, but this is the same kid that did the piece on Andrew Yang. He keeps asking the question, what about Julian Assange? He keeps asking the presidential candidates, what about Julian Assange? He asked Andrew Yang, and Andrew Yang fumbled. He said, I think you should face prosecution. So he tracked down Cory Booker, who is not going to be the president of the United States. We know that. But it is interesting to listen to him fumble. Now listen to this fumble. He has no idea what to say. Watch.
You are a multitasking guy. You've got the camera, the filming.
Some people would say that.
What does your arm say, though?
This one says, since we don't know the things in life that may come, it may be that one day I'll no longer be anyone. And
wow. That's one of those things that you got to think about a little while.
Well, it actually pertains to what I'm about to ask you.
Okay, please.
I'm very concerned about the Trump administration's war on journalism, and I'm really disturbed about what's happening to Julian Assange, who's being locked in solitary confinement and faces extradition to this country. So I'm wondering, as president, what are you going to do to defend this man who has done quite a bit to inform us about what our government is doing in our name?
Well, this is one legal case I don't know as much as clearly you do. So I'm not going to comment on that because I just don't know all the facts in this case. I know if people have broken our laws, that they should be held accountable, and if he has broken our laws, he should be afforded everything that people in my community, often or not, is fair trials, due process, and the like. And we have a country, as Brian Stevenson says, that treats you better if you're rich and guilty than if you're poor and innocent. So
he said nothing. If you're waiting for it, he said nothing. I don't know. I don't know. You're running for president of the United States. You don't know anything about Julian Assange? Listen.
Disturbed about what's happening to Julian Assange, who's being locked in solitary confinement and faces extradition to this country. So I'm wondering, as president, what are you going to do to defend this man who has done quite a bit to inform us about what our government is doing in our name?
Well, this is one legal case I don't know as much as clearly you do. So I'm not going to.
So you don't know as much as the reporter, and you're running for president. That's so far.
Comment on that because I just don't know all the facts in this case. I know if people have broken our laws, that they should be held accountable, and if he has broken our laws, he should be afforded everything that people in my community, often or not, is fair trials, due process, and the like. And we have a country, as Brian.
Fair trials, due process. But what about See, this is the shit, right? The UN. We're starting a war. We're starting a war without congressional authority. The UN is against it. Right? UN is against it. We have politicians that are saying, follow the law, and our country is executing extradition papers for a publisher for publishing material. It's just, I just think it's a profound clip where this guy really has no idea what's going on. Or he's just lying. He's just lying along party lines. He looks a little nervous. When you ask him, he's like...
I'm not going to comment on that because I just don't know all the facts in this case. I know if people have broken our laws...
So he's a cockhead. Right. Oh, here's another clip. Just check this shit out, man. So this fucking... I had to throw this one in. So this is Thailand, right? This is pretty cool. We should do this here. It's a coffin ceremony. Dig this shit. I have no idea what it is or why they're doing it, but it's pretty interesting, right? I guess you die for a little bit. It says, unusual coffin ceremony resurrects believers in Bangkok. So you die for a moment. Oh, that looks kinky, man. Getting a coffin with a four coffin, 4 in the coffin. So it's pretty whack, right? Culture, man. Fucking, they're Buddhists, right? They're crazy, extreme Buddhists. You got to leave a little cash for the monks. See how you leave the cash for the monks? You can't hand the cash to the monks. You just leave it. I've been to Bangkok. I at one time, 10 years ago, I spoke Thai, but I can't. I remember very little of it now because you don't really hear it. But anyway, it's kind of weird, man. So there you have it. I guess that's all I got for this stream today. So it's a little Black Sabbath. So Mark's Conte reporting on this crazy shit, right? So we got a war going on. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for coming aboard on this Sunday morning. Tomorrow is going to be interesting too. I got a special interview. I don't want to give it away yet because I don't like to do that once the person shows up and we have the interview, then we'll talk about it. But we're going to be talking about some copyright strikes and stuff like that, some YouTube shit. So we'll be watching this closely. War is on top of us. Usually it takes a little bit for the opposition to, get ready. And I don't know, is it going to result in terrorism? Are they going to knock down a building? Are they going to blow up some innocent people in the street? I don't know. Here we go again, man. What's up, Sterling Price, man? What's up, Sterling? Good morning. So yeah. So I don't know, man. What do you guys think? I don't know what to think, man. I don't know what to think. Put some help Black Sabbath help us think, man. This is what big Black Sabbath help us think. Fucking Ozzy. We think better with Ozzy. Sends out your fire, cast the priest into the fire. Praise for all that sinners. Watch the meeting get rats in saying where you go. Two black masses people go. Oh Lord, yeah. You heard they changed some of the words there. You heard the words? The words are a little different. Somebody in the chat said fairies wear boots. Fairies wear boots. I think it's over here somewhere. Let's listen.
Clark.
This is Paranoid. Hey, listen, Marcus Conte reporting. Good morning. Sunday morning. Have a good Sunday. And we'll be back, with some other stuff, man. Keep an eye on the war, man. Keep an eye on the war machine. We're watching closely, man. Watching closely for the bombs to start dropping. Marcus Conte reporting. And so as you
Thank you.